What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today, I want to discuss an upcoming middleweight bout this Saturday within the UFC. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. Help the channel grow. All right, guys, getting right into it. This Saturday, Edmen Shabazyan is taking on Budka in the middleweight division in a fight, man, where it shows kind of the mistake the UFC made in pushing Edmen a little too quick. Burst onto the scene, was 11-0, was putting guys away early on in his career, started out hot. If you know, he's kind of the protege of Ronda Rousey, was around, just kind of grew up around her in her training camp, was a training partner, and she kind of helped mold him into the fighter that he became early on in his career and really helped push, but also, I think in a sense hurt his career, in a very Sage Northcutt-esque sense, a lot of talent, but just pushed too quickly, just given too much too fast early on in their career, just a victim of their own success, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And, he's lost 5 of his last 7, but he's fought all top guys, and even at times in those fights, the first 2-3 minutes, he looks good, he looks sharp, he looks powerful. But when he fights guys who just really put on the pressure, really good grappling specialists, Derek Brunson, Gerald Mearshart, really made things difficult for Edmen. He just kind of made him quit, right? And the UFC, it seems like they've realized kind of the mistake that they made, and now that they're kind of trying to push him back into his winning ways, and I think that they're trying to start that back here with Budka. Now, Budka, riding a 2-fight losing streak over Andre Petroski, Cesar Almeida, 2 tough guys, right? But one, he lost to the grappling specialist most recently in Petroski, and then before that, got knocked out by the striking specialist in Cesar Almeida. So you see that the UFC, they're giving Budka a last opportunity here. All right, man, you lost 2 in a row. Now, here's a guy like Edmen Shabazyan who has not had a lot of success within the UFC, a lot of inconsistencies. So if you want to stay, you got to beat this guy. And it's like, well, Edmen, same thing. Like, if you want to show that you're still UFC caliber and that you still want to be here, you got to beat a guy like Budka who's clearly, like, already on his way out. So, Edmen, this is a good opportunity for him to showcase his skills. I'm curious to see what he's going to do in the first 2, 3, 4 minutes, but a good fight to look at for, to look at his opponent a little closer. Watch Budka's fight with Cesar Almeida, another guy who is a striking specialist in his own right, a lot like Edmen Shabazyan, world-class striker. And Budka did everything that he could to get that fight to the ground, to take away the striking of Almeida, but his gas tank zapped quickly in that second round, and Almeida was able to turn that tide very quickly and find the finish. And I think that we're going to see that exact same blueprint here with Edmen Shabazyan. I think that Budka, he's probably going to get pretty desperate with the takedowns. He's probably going to just do whatever he can to try and get the fight to the ground or get Edmen against the fence, make things difficult because, also the blueprint for Edmen, mix it up, make it dirty, get him against the fence, work his cardio, break him a little bit. He seems to be breakable, right? But I just think that Edmen is just going to be too much, too powerful, too big, too long. He's still pretty big and long for the weight class of 185. So I expect a highlight performance by Edmen Shabazyan here this Saturday against Budka. And if he doesn't, that's pretty much a wrap for Edmen Shabazyan. And because, I feel like this fight is tailor-made, set up for him to get the victory. Because he still has a name, and I think the UFC, they want to build upon that still. I think that he still has. They still want to see what juice is still left in that tank. But guys, that's going to do it for today. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this fight between Edmen Shabazyan and Budka. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.